So to summarize this, the main character has felt like an outcast their whole life, and is the frequent target of bullies. They also meet the ire of their teachers. The mysterious things that happen around them end with them getting expelled from school. The protagonist finds himself in a magical world where they discover that they are not human and are actually special. Wait, hold on. I was summarizing The Lightning Thief. Let's do this again. The main character has felt like an outcast their whole life. Mysterious things that happen around them end with them losing multiple jobs. The protagonist finds himself in a magical world where they discover that they are not human and are actually special and... Oh, that was Lolly Rock, starting over. The main character has felt like an outcast their whole life and has an interest in the mystical. They are the frequent target of bullies. The protagonist finds themselves in a magical world where they discover that they are actually special and have to go on an adventure. Oops. That was Maybird and the Ever After. Again. The main character has felt like an outcast their whole life and is a frequent target of bullies. They also meet the ire of their teachers. The mysterious powers they've had their whole life cause them to be troubled. The protagonist finds himself in a magical world where they discover that they are not human and are actually special. Oh crap. That was the Keeper of the Lost Cities. For real this time. The main character has felt like an outcast their whole life and has an interest in the mystical. She is a frequent target of bullies. Mysterious things just seem to happen around her. The protagonist finds herself in a magical world where she discovers that she is not human and is actually special and... yeah, that was Winx Club. The main character has felt like an outcast their whole life and has an interest in the mystical. She is the frequent target of bullies. Mysterious things just seem to happen around her all of a sudden, and that leads to her getting expelled from school. She also has a strained relationship with her mother. The protagonist finds herself in a magical world where she discovers that she is not human and is actually special. Now she has to go on an adventure. No jokes this time, that's the actual plot of the movie revealed in the teaser. Let me be clear. That joke I made could have gone all day. This plotline has dominated contemporary fantasy across many cultures. I could have used like any isekai slop for this joke and it would have worked. In fact, some of you may be scratching your heads as to why I didn't use the Owl House for that joke. It's because all of you fuckers can mention it's the Owl House. Okay? The point of this media is wish fulfillment. The MC is a loser, outcast, or down on their luck to be relatable or whatever. So the young reader can project themselves onto the MC and then experience this fantasy of being, powerful. The kids and teens these works are aimed at like to imagine everyone else's shape, whilst imagining themselves as the most talented and greatest people in the world. That line in the teaser about maybe I'm meant for something more summarizes this. Being not like other girls, guys, or theys is a strength. It's not exactly a bad lesson to teach. Individual interests are good, actually. Indulge yourself. Trust me, all of us who grew up on these works have turned out just fine. They sell well for a reason, right? Like Harry Potter and to an extent the Chronicles of Narnia also fit into this category. But there's the irony of saying standing out is good and then being like everyone else. I don't actually care if that's generic. I'm probably not going to watch this, in theaters at least. There is the issue I pointed out when I reviewed the first reveal about the fact that animated movies, original ones that is, as in not part of a larger franchise, have been flopping. Like, our family's gonna be brought in the seats. As I said, this type of fiction sells well. Always has. It still has hurdles to hop over due to the medium it's in. Also, there are the projection issues. Like, the protagonist was originally a boy, and depending how far they were in deduction, they would have had to replace the voice actor, the character model, and the voice lines, which would inflate the budget a lot. And the director was changed at some point, and I low-key trust the original director's track record more than the new one. In terms of personal interest, I will not see this film in the cinema. Maybe I will stream it. Maybe. The quirky girl thing has come up in the discourse already. She's awkward, she makes weird faces, like she's an outcast, but that means she has to have that kind of personality. Why not Dower? Like, Dower girls deserve representation as well, And I mean the humor in regards to the contemporary fantasy this rips off of, like, it's the same. Like, even Kid Me was so over it like a decade ago. I'm 20 years old if you're asking. You probably weren't, but I'm still telling you. Like, honestly, what is there to say? The full trailer hasn't even come out yet, but I know how this will go. Billy discovers that she has a destiny or quest to fulfill and decides to do it on her own because she spent her whole life alone. She initially tries to keep her being a witch a secret from her mother, but that quickly falls apart. The mom bans her from going through the portal, and on one occasion, she tries to stop Billy from jumping through, and that ends up with both of them in there. The mother is furious and wants to go home, but the villain maybe stops her, or the revelation of family secrets keeps her from going. Billy's journey of self-discovery also leads her mother to self-discover, and they find out that they're not so different after all, and that mends their relationship. Billy stays her quirky self, but is no longer impulsive because she messes up at a crucial time, and that teaches her a lesson. The mother also lightens up and isn't so harsh on herself or Billy anymore. The movie ends. I would have nothing to say about this film, even when it actually comes out. It's nothing, and it's the uninteresting type of nothing. I would be impressed if Billy actually wasn't the special and it was her mother instead. It kind of reminds me of This Totally Bites, which I know you guys haven't read, but essentially the MC who's a bullied outcast discovers major family secrets, which leads her to think she's a vampire. Then it turns out that she's just a human and the blonde-haired, blue-eyed poplar girl is the vampire. It certainly gave 7, 8, I don't know, me a reality check, but I know Hexed isn't going that way. The most that will be given is that the mother is also a witch and they have to work together to save the day. Like, there's nothing I can say. I mean it. Okay? Bye.